The view from the corner office in downtown Washington, D.C., usually inspired a sense of achievement in Jamal Robinson, the 42-year-old CEO of one of America's most prominent tech firms, Apex Solutions. Yet today, it filled him with unease. Stacks of reports lay spread across his oak desk, glaring reminders of a problem he could no longer ignore. For the third straight quarter, employee satisfaction at his Arlington, Virginia office had plummeted, accompanied by a surge in complaints about toxic behavior, favoritism, and even whispers of racism. As a Black leader who had built Apex Solutions on the values of innovation and inclusivity, Jamal's faith in his management team was shaken. Something had gone terribly wrong. Determined to uncover the truth, Jamal made an extraordinary decision. Leaving behind his tailored suits and signature confidence, he donned a generic polo shirt, khakis, and glasses. With a scuffed pair of sneakers and a slight disguise, he assumed the role of Mike Carter, a temp receptionist at his own Arlington office. His mission? To blend in, observe, and find out firsthand what his employees truly faced day to day. But nothing could have prepared him for the shocking reality awaiting him. Jamal arrived at the Arlington office early on a brisk Monday morning. The towering building loomed above him, its sleek glass facade reflecting the city's energy. As he stepped through the revolving doors, a receptionist gave him a cursory glance and handed him a temp badge. "Front desk is over there," she said without so much as a smile. The lobby bustled with employees clutching coffee cups and rushing to elevators. None of them paid him any attention. For a man accustomed to commanding rooms and speaking at global conferences, the anonymity felt both liberating and unsettling. At the front desk, Jamal faced a crash course in the daily grind. Phones rang incessantly, visitors lined up with questions, and courier deliveries piled up. It wasn't long before he overheard a disturbing conversation between two senior managers standing nearby. "The customer service team is complaining again about overtime pay," one of them said, rolling his eyes. "Let them," the other replied dismissively. "They're lucky to have jobs. HR can deal with their whining." The casual disregard for employees hit Jamal like a slap in the face. These were the same managers he had trusted to uphold Apex's core values, yet they spoke with indifference bordering on contempt. He made a mental note to learn more about their behavior as he pressed on with his day. By lunchtime, Jamal had met Doris, a seasoned receptionist who had worked at the Arlington office for over a decade. Her warmth and efficiency were evident, but so was her weariness. As they sipped coffee during a brief break, Doris leaned closer. "You seem new here," she said, offering a knowing smile. "Let me give you a piece of advice. Don't expect anyone upstairs to notice you. To them, we're invisible." Her words struck a nerve. Jamal had always prided himself on fostering a workplace where every employee felt seen and valued. If Doris's sentiment was widespread, he had failed to uphold that vision. That afternoon, the facade of professionalism at Apex Solutions began to crack. In the break room, Jamal overheard a group of managers mocking the customer service department. One manager, Linda Mathers, known for her sharp tongue and supposed efficiency, dismissed the team as dead weight. The others laughed, their camaraderie fueled by cynicism. Linda's disdain wasn't confined to the break room. Later that day, she stormed over to the front desk, her heels clicking sharply against the tile. "Is this seriously how you're managing things?" she barked, her eyes narrowing at Jamal. "Phones ringing off the hook, papers everywhere. This is unacceptable." "This is why we can't succeed," she added with a sneer. "Even a temp should do better," Linda continued, her voice dripping with sarcasm. "Seriously, do you even try?" she said, shaking her head in disbelief. "Is this the best you can do?" Linda questioned, her tone laced with condescension. "No wonder this place is failing," she muttered under her breath. "You people just don't get it," she finished, punctuating her tirade with an exasperated sigh. Jamal's heart pounded. Her condescension wasn't just unprofessional, it was dehumanizing. Nearby, Henry, an IT specialist with a reputation for kindness, caught Jamal's eye. "Don't let it get to you," he said quietly. "That's just how she treats people." Henry's words confirmed what Jamal had begun to suspect. Linda's behavior wasn't an anomaly. It was part of a toxic culture that had taken root under his watch. Over the next week, Jamal's observations revealed both the worst and best of Apex Solutions. Angela Morales, a senior accountant, stood out for her dedication. One evening, as the office emptied, Jamal overheard her apologizing to a colleague. "I'll miss my daughter's recital tonight," she said, her voice heavy with regret. "These reports have to be perfect for the board meeting tomorrow." Jamal's guilt deepened. Employees like Angela were the backbone of his company, yet their sacrifices went unnoticed. Similarly, Henry's unwavering positivity and problem-solving skills were an anchor for the team. Yet he remained in a junior role, his potential untapped. Angela and Henry embodied the values Jamal had always championed, but their talents were overshadowed by a culture that rewarded the loudest voices and ignored the quiet contributors. The plot thickened when Linda approached Jamal's office in tears, claiming she had new information about the complaints and toxic culture. "It's not just us," she said, trembling. "There's someone manipulating the staff from the outside." Linda's revelation was corroborated by Oliver Grant, a private investigator Jamal hired after receiving anonymous tips about sabotage. Oliver presented evidence linking the issues to a disgruntled former employee who had been fired a year earlier. This individual had been using stolen data to blackmail current employees, sowing discord and mistrust. The scheme's sophistication shocked Jamal. It wasn't just internal failures, it was an orchestrated attack on Apex Solutions. Determined to root out the saboteur, Jamal worked closely with Oliver to track their network of accomplices. By the end of his undercover assignment, Jamal had a clear plan to rebuild Apex Solutions. In a candid meeting with his senior team, he laid out his findings. "Our culture is broken," he said, his voice steady but firm. "We've allowed favoritism and disrespect to thrive, while ignoring the dedication and talent of employees like Angela and Henry. That ends today." Jamal announced sweeping changes, including a merit-based promotion system, regular feedback sessions, and stricter accountability for management. Angela was promoted to Director of Finance, and Henry was given a leadership role in the IT department. Linda and others complicit in the toxic culture faced disciplinary action and mandatory training. Meanwhile, Oliver's investigation led to the arrest of the saboteur, bringing a sense of closure and justice to the ordeal. Standing before his employees at a company-wide meeting, Jamal spoke from the heart. Apex Solutions isn't just a company, it's a community. And a community only thrives when everyone feels valued and respected. Together, we'll rebuild and become stronger than ever. The applause that followed was a mix of relief and hope. As Jamal looked out at his team, he felt a renewed sense of purpose. The journey had tested him in ways he hadn't expected, but it had also given him the clarity to lead Apex Solutions into a brighter future.